Hello, and welcome back to Bedtime Stories with Vice Vice Baby, where we will continue the journey of Uncle Wiggily. Chapter 17, Uncle Wiggily and the Lorry. Once upon a time, the scalery alligator was out walking in the fields near the muddy river where he lived, and he happened to meet a big spider. "Good morning, Mr. Alligator," said Mr. Spider. "Have you caught that Uncle Wiggily Longears bunny yet?" "If not, I'm sorry to say," answered the alligator chap. "I've tried every way I know how, but something always happens so that he gets away. Either he's helped by that funny book girl, Alice from Wonderland, or by some of her friends. I'm afraid I'll never catch Uncle Wiggily." "Oh, yes you will," said Mr. Spider. "I'll help you." "How?" asked the gator, which was his short name, though he was rather long. "I'll crawl through the woods and over the field until I find him asleep," said Mr. Spider. "And when I do, I'll spin a strong web around and over him so he cannot get loose. Then I'll come and tell you, and you can get him." "Very good," spoke Mr. Alligator. "Please do it." So the alligator went back to sleep in the mud to wait until Mr. Spider should bring him word that Uncle Wiggily was held fast in the web. And now, let us see what happens to the bunny gentleman. As he always did, he started out from his hollow stump bungalow one morning to look for an adventure. There had been a little accident at breakfast time. Nurse Jane Fuzzy Wuzzy, the muskrat lady housekeeper, had boiled the eggs too long, and they were as hard as bullets. "You can't eat them," she said to Uncle Wiggily. "I'll boil you some fresh ones." "All right," laughed the bunny. "I don't want to get in dyspepsia by eating hard bullet eggs, but I'll take them with me and give them to Johnny or Billy Bushytail, the squirrel boys. They can crack hard nuts, so they must be able to crack hard-boiled eggs." So it was that Uncle Wiggily, after having eaten the newly boiled soft eggs, started from his hollow stump bungalow with the hard-boiled eggs in his pockets. He had not traveled very far before he heard from behind the big log a voice crying, "Oh dear, it isn't hard enough! It isn't half hard enough!" "What isn't?" asked Uncle Wiggily, as he saw a funny-looking bird with a very large bill like a parrot's. "What isn't hard enough?" "This log of wood," was the answer. "I need something hard to bite on to sharpen my beak, but this wood is too soft." "You're a funny bird," laughed the bunny gentleman. "Who might you be?" "I am the lawyer bird," was the answer. "I belong in the book with Alice of Wonderland, but I'm out for a day's pleasure. And as I can't tell what I might have to eat, I thought I'd sharpen my bill, but I can't find anything hard enough to use as a grindstone." "Suppose you try these," said Uncle Wiggily, taking the hard-boiled eggs out of his pocket. "The very thing!" cried the lorry. "These will be fine for my bill." With that, he champed his beaks down on the hard eggs, and he had all he could do to bite them. "Now, I'll get my beak good and sharp," said Lorry. "You have done me a great favor, Uncle Wiggily, and I hope someday to do you one." "Pray do not mention it," said the bunny rabbit, modest-like and shy. Then, having found a good use for the hard-boiled eggs, even if he didn't give them to the bushy-tailed squirrel boys, Uncle Wiggily hopped along, and the lorry kept on biting the shells for practice. Now, it was a warm day and Uncle Wiggily felt tired. He sat down in a shady place in the fields and soon fell fast asleep. And no sooner was he in dreamland than along came Mr. Spider. "Aha!" said the spider. "Now's my chance to catch this bunny for the alligator. I'll spin a strong web around him, so strong that he cannot break loose. Then I'll go get my friend, the gator." So, while Uncle Wiggily slept, Mr. Spider spun a strong web around the bunny, a very extra strong web, with such big strands that Uncle Wiggily never could have broken himself. And when the web was all finished, and the bunny was helpless, he awakened just as Spider was going off to call Mr. Alligator. "Oh, what has happened to me?" cried the bunny, as he found he could not move his paws or even twinkle his pink nose. "Oh, what is it? Let me go!" "No, you can't go," said the spider. "You are going to stay there until I bring Mr. Alligator." And away he crawled. Uncle Wiggily tried to get loose, but he could not. "Oh, if only someone would come who's good and strong and would cut these webs, then I would be free," said the bunny. And then, all of a sudden, out from behind the bush came the 24 tailors from the Mother Goose. They had their big scissors with them, and they were led by Alice of Wonderland. "I told these silly tailors I'd help them hunt the snail because they are so timid that they even fear her tail," laughed Alice. "But we'll stop and help you first, dear Uncle Wiggily." Then the 24 tailors, with their shears, snipped and snapped the strong spider web until it was all in pieces, and the bunny could easily get loose. And when the alligator, fetched by the spider, came to get the bunny, he wasn't there. But the strong-billed lorry bird was there. He had heard about Uncle Wiggily's trouble from the dodo bird, and he had come, with his strong bill, to bite the spider web into little pieces. "But I'm too late, I see," said the lorry. "The Mother Goose tailors got here first. However, as I want to bite something hard and mean, I'll bite the alligator." And he did, and the alligator said, "Ouch!" And I'm glad of it. And if the telephone bell doesn't ring at the front door and make believe it's the milkman looking for old rags, I'll tell you next about Uncle Wiggily and the puppy. Thank you for tuning into this episode of Bedtime Stories with Vice Vice Baby. I hope you all have a good night and sweet dreams.